What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here and welcome to F1XL Season 7 highlights once again. We're in Mexico for round 2 of the season. If you haven't checked out round 1 then you've got to catch up. It's a pretty decent race, but we're in new territory here. It's the Mexican Grand Prix. First time we'll be racing around this track in F1XL. Obviously hasn't been in a game for a very long time. So I'm looking forward to this. It's a decent track. There's a lot of opportunities for corner cuts, but I was feeling pretty confident. And yeah, in qualifying, got myself up in 3rd, which is good for me. I'm usually awful at qualifying, but I'm 7/10 off the lead. Sigma gets pole position from Vidal, who makes his return to the series. And what's his face? Frozen in 5th is a new member of the site, so he's put in a pretty decent time. So we're going to get to the track here and prepare for the Mexican Grand Prix. Qualifying had some rain which affected the session. Well, it pretty much affected the second half of the session because no one ran at all. We'll put in any competitive times, but now there's a threat of rain, you can tell by the clouds, but looking at the strategy, it's all option again, so it looks like it could be a 3-4 stop race once again. So strategy is definitely going to be a key thing in this, so we'll have to see what happens, and if the weather gets involved as well, but I'm far up the grid, so I'm hoping for at least a podium. Come on, everyone connect. I was feeling quite nervous as well because it's such a long run to turn 1, anything can happen. And it usually does in F1, so here we go. Where are the lights? Come on, connect to the lobby. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can count to 5, yeah. And away we go. We've got an okay start, but the front 2 have pulled away. There's a manner in my mirror. So we're pulling across and we've hit the wall. Oh my god, we're out. No. We've got a penalty as well. Absolute disaster. We've barely moved 100 meters and we're in the wall with no front wing and a 5-second penalty. What the hell happened there? We're going to have to see a replay. And this was 100% my fault. I saw the manner in my right mirror, so I started to pull across, but I didn't realise Fireman was there. And yeah, on F1 2014 you could get away with that, but not on this game, and it's a disaster. I was thinking now, race over. There's 10 cars, so everyone's going to score points, but yeah, there's a long way to go. We're going to be half a lap down. So we get the front wing replaced. Fireman's just ahead of us in the pit lane. I did apologise to him. It was a pretty stupid mistake for myself. At the time, I wasn't sure whose fault it was, but I wasn't angry at Fireman because I think I must have known it was my fault. It's just a poor bit of judgment there. I just didn't see him and I don't know why. We're on the options now, and it's about getting as high up the field as we can. On lap 5, it's starting to drizzle now. There's yellow flag ahead. There's been contact. Fireman's involved with something else again. Frozen has slowed down, so I'm guessing Frozen must have taken Fireman out, but the rain is making the track pretty slippy, so I don't know if the drizzle has affected things there. But on lap 7 now, these options aren't feeling the best, and I'm struggling at this point, and Frozen's coming straight at me. With DRS, he should pretty easily get this position because, yeah, DRS is extremely strong here, especially on this very long start-finish straight. Trying to use the slipstream all over the place, all over the track. And we're just behind Jelly as well, so we're not doing too bad really. I don't think we've got a chance of the major positions because the front 2 are absolutely miles ahead already. But on to lap 8. The track is getting wetter and wetter, so I'm not sure when it's going to be time to come into the pits, and Frozen's made contact once again. That's twice in that corner he's done that, so I don't think that move's working for him very well. So that's affected Jelly. I'm not sure if he's got any damage from that, but I think it's time to come into the pits now. It's feeling too wet. I thought Jelly was going to go in the pits there, but he chose not to. And now it's time for the intermediate tyres. Pretty good timing, to be fair, because the options were going off. And let's see where we come out. We're in 8th at the moment. We've come out ahead of Fireman, and considering us two were in the wall on the first lap, I think I've gained a little bit on him there. But he had the confidence of pitting for the intermediates, I think a lap or 2 before me. So he had his tyres up to temperature. I'm going defensive now. I'm not sure if DRS is still enabled. We'll have to look into that, but Feynman's all over the place trying to get up the inside now. This is so close. We're giving him room. And yeah, he's gone straight around the outside. That's a great move from Feynman. We had a great battle with him in in Brazil in the first race of the season. But yeah, that was a great move there. Especially, I didn't want to cause any more accidents after the... I can't really say first corner incident because we didn't even get to the first corner. But now we're up to 7th place. Some of the cars are coming to the pits. They must have pitted late for the Inters, I'm guessing. It's so difficult to guess other people's strategies. But we've got DRS going up the inside. We've gained confidence on these tyres and we've got the move done. I think he's trying to fight back. We'll get DRS here in the second zone, but we get a bit of oversteer, which means Feynman gets much more speed out of that chicane, more momentum, but we still got DRS, so we can potentially slip up the inside once again. Braking late, keeping it on the track, getting the move done, and we're up into 6th place. And considering where we were on the first lap, I think we're doing alright so far. This has been a decent recovery. It'll be interesting to see how far up the field we can get, but not a lot happened for quite a while. I was running around in 4th place. 14 laps to go. The track's feeling a lot dry now. There's a bit of drizzle still. There's a bit of sliding around, but my tyres are starting to go off a little bit. But I was thinking 14 laps, that's 2 stints on the options, and I'm willing to do that all the way to the end. Primes, I don't know exactly how long they'll last, but it wouldn't be 14 laps, so it was time to pit now. That was a bit of a harsh corner cut warning, I must admit. But we're coming in for options. Let's see how far down the field we drop. Because the pack behind me are pretty close. I'm not completely sure what tyres they are on once again. Let's see if anyone comes into the pits. Yes, it looks like Jelly behind me is coming in. And yeah, you can just see the group scoot off into the distance. RB2 was there. Frozen was there. And someone else was. So it does depend what tyres they're on, but I should have quite a bit of pace now. Yeah, we've easily hit the apex of turn 1 and I had so much grip. There's Pred ahead of us. He's on the Inters and he's seriously struggling. We go for a bit of a switchback there. Should get ourselves up into 6th place. Hopefully he doesn't fight it because there's no way he's stopping in time. And I just missed the braking zone completely. I think Pred did as well, but we got ourselves into 6th. There's a car in the pits, so we're doing a pretty good job at this point. RB2 sets fast up the race, but I just come along. At this point, I was absolutely in the zone. I think if I did more practice before this race, I'd have had a much better performance. But yeah, at this point, I had great speed. The car's off to the left. I didn't see it, but I think someone spun out. And that is Originals in the Ferrari, if I'm not mistaken. Frozen seems to be lagging quite a bit, but he's also struggling at the same time. I'm not sure if he's on... He surely can't still be on intermediate tyres. But yeah, this section of the track's brilliant, but it's so easy to corner cut. But yeah, it's great speed, but I don't think it's the same as what it was on the original track. We're going up the inside here. Risky move, but we've got the move done. And I'm thinking Frozen was on the Inters there. He tried to make the move as tricky as possible by forcing us to the inside, but we got the move done. We're into 4th place now. RB2 is ahead of us. We've got an outside shot of the podium here, I reckon. It's looking very good because the speed on these tyres is brilliant. I've closed up to the back of RB2 and surely I'm going to go for a move on the start-finish straight. But no, he's coming into the pits with 9 laps to go. So that suggests he must be going on to the prime tyres. He surely can't make the options stretch out that long. But look at the gap to Vidal in second, 37 seconds. At best we're going to get 30 here. And I think we've got a decent shot, but remember we do have the 5-second penalty, which could be very important. So final stop, coming in for the options. We're going to have great pace. That is a guarantee. Originals is up to 4th. We're actually coming out in 4th. Where is RB2? That's strange. He obviously would have got the undercut. There he is in 5th. He's lost a bit of time, so I don't know if he got involved in a battle with someone else. But that kind of helps me. It gives me a free run to go after Originals for the podium. The gap is not appearing, but I think we'll see in a little bit the gap to Originals. And we need to stretch it out by an extra 5 seconds. So with 5 laps to go, it's 9 seconds. Plus the 5, we need to gain 14 seconds, and we did. So easily. We had fantastic pace. We were 2-3 seconds a lap faster than Originals, who is currently on prime tyres. I think he's stretching out the stint, and look at the additional grip we've got. We're absolutely all over him. at the start of the DRS straight. Here we go. This should be a simple move unless he gets into our slipstream and fights back, which I think he's trying to do, but I think we've got the speed to maintain this. And we should have the grip levels as well under braking. We do. We get the move done. Unbelievably, that's third place, but we need to stretch out the gap by 5 seconds in these final 3 laps. And after just the first sector, we're half a second up, and the gap is much bigger than 5 seconds at this point. So, guys, unbelievably, I'm going to get third place, and considering the disaster after about, I don't know the distance, 100 yards, 100 meters, after putting Feynman in the wall with me and running around the first lap with no front wing, the weather's helped, the strategy's helped, and we're coming to the finish line to finish in third place. What a result! Oh, great performance. And here's the final result. Sigma takes the victory by less than a second to Vidal. Apparently they had an amazing battle throughout the race and kept overtaking each other. It's a shame neither were recording, because that would have been a great battle to see. There we go, third place, 2 podiums in a row. And I'm feeling confident for this season. I think at least top 3 could be realistic. And then just beat Originals, took the podium away from him. But look at all the incidents. So much corner cutting and exceeding track limits. It's really harsh around this track. It really is, and I don't think anyone was really cheating there, so I think we've all been let off for this race. But it was a great race, and yeah, a great recovery from the start, and I'm looking forward to the next round. Should be very interesting. This season, I think it's going to be really fun, and I hope you enjoy these highlights. Looking at the driver standings, Sigma has the lead, 50 out of 50 points. I'm 17 points behind him, with RB2 in third, and Vidal, who returned to the series, in fourth. And then Jelly, Swain, Originals, who got 4th place in that race. And then Fireman, he's been unlucky in these races. And then Frozen making up the top 10. Hopefully we have some more races in the next few weeks. Constructors, yeah, we're down in third because I'm the only winning driver. My teammate hasn't turned up. So Madman, you better turn up next week or else. But yeah, if you enjoyed that, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see further highlights, and I'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye.